Hola, peoples. When will I learn? Never. I mean, always. I'm always learning, but I yeah. So eventually we're going to get into an oracle reading, healing messages, and from getting into the vortex cards, I felt that that was rather necessary for the time. um I don't know. There's a lot that's going on in my mind, and there's a lot that I'd like to say, and I'm really not. I'm probably not the person to say it. Probably not the person to best articulate anything at this very moment. But at the same time, I'm not someone also who remains silent. I'm not someone who backs down. And I'm someone who's always, looking to be educated, of course. But yeah, there's. Well, hello, Marguerite, Joanna, and Tina. Welcome, welcome. We're going to get into a reading for sure. Well, hello, Cherry. Hello, hello, welcome. So, I posted something on my page because again, what happened yesterday, it just so baffles me how many people are on my page that are supporters, investors in Trump, in all as well, investors in racism and hate, investors in homophobia, transphobia, uh everything. It's very fascinating to me that people want to be on this page when that's not something I'm about. That's not something I represent. And then they feel the need to share their thoughts on a page that they shouldn't be on. It's so interesting to me. I don't get it. I don't comprehend that. And so, yeah, I don't support that shit. I don't support racism. I don't support, homophobia. I don't support transphobia. I don't support that bullshit. And I don't condone, the behavior of others who do. And it's very interesting as well. I want to say this because we are going to get into a reading, and I don't, but this is information. This is shit that we need to talk about. That shit that needs to be expressed. And it is a luxury. It is a privilege for people to say that they're not political. And again, I'm not. This is not. Someone did say this on my page, but it's not. It really isn't pointed to you. So if you're watching this, this is not directed at you. I've seen that a lot recently on my personal profile as well as on my business page. And you know what? It is a luxury, and shame on us for expressing that we're not political, because we are. Everyone is. We are all influenced by politics. We are. And so where we are ignorant when it comes to politics, we should educate ourselves, and we should not lump things into like, oh, all the Democrats or all the Republicans, blah, blah, blah. We shouldn't do that. We should be informed as best as we can. And so for us to say, oh, I'm not political, that is a luxury, right? That is a privilege that we should check, because there are many people whose lives, right? There are many people whose lives are influenced by that. And if you're not influenced, everyone is, no matter what. But if you're living in your own ignorance, or if you're living in your own, bubble, uh, I guess good for you, but that's not the reality that a lot of people live in. And so everyone is political. Everyone is. And we have to, face that. And it's not, we can't say I support this person, but I don't really support or I don't support this person. Like, I don't support Trump, but I don't like the Democrats either. Are you which is fine, but why? Like, why don't you just express that you don't condone hate, you don't condone the ignorance in that sense, you don't condone homophobia, transphobia, you don't condone racism. Why don't you speak on that? It's very interesting how many people were silent yesterday, how many people were silent, and I'm talking about people that I know as well, were very, very silent with what happened yesterday, but are extremely freaking vocal when it comes to Black Lives Matter. People were protesting, and people were doing a lot of different things, and they were extremely vocal when a black person, or when a brown person, when a Mexican, or when someone who is Asian, anyone that wasn't white, they were extremely vocal when one of us is expressing something, but they get so silent, right? So silent when what happened yesterday. It's very interesting. It's unfortunate. And it's like, do you even see it? Do you recognize that? Because do you recognize that? That's a problem. Why why are you Trump has done shit. I mean, let's be honest. Trump has made it okay for people to attack people like me. Trump has made it safe for people to, feel comfortable and like trying to take lives and succeeding in certain places, taking lives, my people. So yeah, yeah, um, yeah. So yeah. Anyways, I'm getting really emotional, and I'm trying not to, but it's just something that we have to it's just really something that has to be expressed, and I'm not going to be a page that doesn't uh you know this is my business, and if people don't want to support my business, you don't have to, but I don't want you to support my business and think that I'm supporting you if you support hate and ignorance. That's it. That's absolutely it. um I don't fucking care. I don't. Lives are far more important, and aligning myself with what I feel is right, with what is right with humanity, and seeing all this bullshit. It's unfortunate because you see people that you think care about you, people who say they love you, people who say they accept you, and you see where they're silent. You see where they're actually speaking very loud and clear, by not saying anything, or by talking to certain people, but not you, right? So it's unfortunate to be unfortunate, but also a blessing to see where people stand. And yeah, I'm where I stand is I don't tolerate that shit. It's not okay. It's not. And it is a fact, and we can all say clearly that yesterday, right? If it had the majority of those people have been um persons of color, people of color, there would be a lot more deaths. There would be a lot more harsh response. And that's a fact. That's something that we can witness. You know what I mean? Um, so so yeah, I'm gonna focus before I get into a lot of stuff, because again, yeah, exactly. Complicit keeps coming up for me, the word. Yeah. Uh, and I want to say something as well. Again, I'm trying not to be cunty. I'm trying not to be. And I do want to say another thing is, like, it doesn't matter if you are biracial. It doesn't matter. Like, if you support your support of Trump, again, your choice, your world, your reality, your choice. But it doesn't, like, saying that I'm mixed, I'm biracial, I'm this or that. um it is a privilege for us to be able to even say that, because those people who are not passing have the stories they live, the life they live, the reality in which is what is projected onto them is so different. You know what I mean? And I don't think that this isn't really the place to do that discussion. I don't have all of the information to properly express that. There are so many more people that are smarter than me that are expressing that, but it's unfortunate because yeah, it's unfortunate, because at the end of the day, if you're a person of color, if you're a minority, then and you support someone like that, they don't have your back. You can think that they do, but there are people, there's so many people who would turn on you in a second because you're not pure. Let's be honest. Um, but again, everyone is entitled to their opinion, and we all have to take responsibility for our actions, our choices. And that's why I express what I express. You know what I mean? That's why I express what I express, because I am going to be responsible for my choices and the words that I express, and what I align myself with. I'm responsible for that, and I want to make it clear, and that's why I share the things that I do. Well, hello, Meg. Welcome. And that's why I continue to speak up, and that's why I continue to say things that are important. All Black lives still matter. You know. Um. Anyways, let's take a breather. So take some time, y'all. Take some time to focus on your breathing. Take some time to focus on your heartbeat. Take some time to tune in with yourself. Take some time to vibe up and to call in your spirits, your guides, your gods, your allies, your ancestors. Call in all the good shit for your highest and best. Okay, call the energy in. Let us be here in this moment. Okay, let us do that. Right, let us do that. Let us be here in this moment, and let us see what messages come up for us. Again, these are focused on healing messages for the collective, based on what is going on right now. And let's see what comes up. I'm gonna do 5 cards today. I'm gonna do 5 cards. I think that I always have to make it a little longer than it should be, but I need this, and I want to share this with you. So 5 cards, I think we'll have a good conversation. Okay. Um, mm, I hear you, Tatiana. And there's so much. It's an interesting thing, but we have to take responsibility for ourselves, and we have to recognize. I have I'm not going to get into that, but yeah. So just take some time to tune in, take some time to vibe, take some time to just like be present, okay? Be present. I can feel myself like getting, I don't know if I'm turning red, but I can feel my face getting hot. So I'm like, let's bitch, calm down. Let's calm down. But I also have a shit ton of lights going on, so that's probably it too. Yeah. So, okay. So when you're ready, you can choose 2 cards if you want to help make this collective reading a little personal. 1 through 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count 1 through 5. You can choose 1 or 2 cards. All cards will be a part of our reading, but the 1 or 2 numbers that you choose will be your dominant influences, and then the rest of the cards will be your supporting influences. So go ahead and comment 1 through 5, 1 or 2 numbers that pop into your head, and we'll get into this rating. Whew. I really try to be as respectful as possible. Back in the day, the hoops be down, I'd be like, fuck yeah, fuck that, blah, blah, blah. I'd just be crazy. And I don't want to be like that anymore. I don't like the way it makes me feel, but I still am passionate about what I feel is right, and I don't, yeah. So 1 through 5, the first number or first two numbers that pop into your head. Go ahead and comment or write it down. This is your experience. This is our experience, but you don't have to comment publicly if you don't want to. If that doesn't make you feel comfortable, just write it down and take notes. Okay. Okay, let's see. We'll do. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4. Well, hello, Osa and Celeste. Welcome. Good to see y'all. Hey, Nikki. If I didn't say hey already, I see you. Jerry, AJ. Okay. I see you. That's a little creepy, I guess. I see you. I do. Okay, so 1 through 5. All right, let's have some fun. Let's see what's up. Card 1. Card 1. Okay, card 1. Don't judge me, y'all. My nails are like stained. Stained. My true success is measured by my alignment. My true success is measured by my alignment. Why do I have shoes on? I don't know. Hold on, let me take these shoes off. Gross. Why do I have shoes on? It's not necessary. Okay, so my true success is measured by my alignment. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? Card 1. Alignment with source, being inside your vortex of creation, becoming one with the true expanded version of you, is the ultimate selfishness. And yes, in the state of alignment, all good things must come to you. Every rocket of desire that you have launched will be fulfilled. True success is not the attainment of things, the achievement of tasks, or the achievement of financial abundance. True success is the coming into alignment with you. Yes, selfishly aligning with your desires, your clarity, your confidence, your knowledge, your love with yourself. Well, hello, Miss Tranquil. Oh my gosh, every time that I see you pop on, I'm never wearing this, but I've been wearing this lately. I don't know if you remember, but I've been wearing this a lot lately. So my true success is measured by my alignment. What does that say to you? So getting all the things, that's fun, it's exciting, but that's not the success. The success is being in alignment, right? Being in alignment with us, with ourselves, with what we desire. It's remembering it's remembering that the true success in our life experience is being in vibrational alignment with what we love, what we enjoy. So being like owning up to our actions, our decisions, our choices, all the stuff. So making full commitment to ourselves and aligning with what we desire before we take action. So does this serve me? And not necessarily, I mean, in a selfish way, yes, but in a way that does this make me feel good? Is this right for me? Is this right for what I want for myself and what I want for my life? Let me make those decisions based on what I feel is in complete alignment with my desire for life, my desire for my life, my creation, right? And so my true success is measured by my alignment. And so we pay attention. We pay attention to we pay attention to our joys, our desires. Like what do I want? What do you want? What do you want in life? And ask yourself, like, are the decisions that I am currently making, are they aligned with what I really want? So the experiences that I'm having, do they make me feel good? Is it something that I really want for my life? Or is it not? Because if it's not making me feel good, if it is going in the opposite direction that I want my life to be headed, then I need to take some time to check in. I need to take some time to meditate. I need to take some time to tap into my awareness and really go within, go internal and figure it out. Like, okay, the stuff's not aligned. Like, it's not really it's not happening right. It's not making me feel right. It's not making me feel good. It's not aligned with where I'm headed in life, right? And so then I take into consideration, well, what am I thinking? What am I holding space for? What has me out of alignment? Let's take some time to meditate on that and think about that. And then when we figure that out, we can focus on the solutions. When we assess our situation and we realize what is taking us out of our alignment, then we can find the things that will help us get back into alignment, and we can start moving forward with success. So don't look at like kind of like when you get a raise, or when you save enough money up and you buy something that you wanted. Like, don't look at the buying of the thing as your success. It is, look at the energy behind that, what it took. Like, look at the energy that aligned where you place your awareness, right? Where you place your awareness. Look at all of that, how all of that set up for your success, right? So look at that and appreciate, like, oh wow, it was my alignment to these things that helped me, that put that into motion, and then I received it. So the receiving, that's wonderful. The things, wonderful. But let me focus on the appreciation. Let me focus on the energy that backed the thoughts that backed what I put into motion to make it happen, right? So yes, I love this. Like, I've been wearing it a lot lately, and I'm like so happy that it's still functioning. So yeah, that's card one. Let's move on to card two. I came as an extension of source energy. I came as an extension of source energy. Very interesting. This is a beautiful card. So I came as an extension of source energy. So you came as physical extensions of source energy, understanding that you would explore contrast, causing expansion, not only for you, but for all that is. You knew that you could find your way back to the resources of your source by feeling your way, and by understanding that the relationship between you and you is not one of separateness, but of alignment and resonance. When you master the art of allowing your consistent alignment with the source within you, every other relationship will be beneficial and pleasurable. So, what does that say to you? How does that make you feel? This is very interesting so far, because we have my true success is measured by my alignment. So let's focus on aligning, first. Let's focus on getting ourselves right there. Yes, see, acknowledge, and let go. Absolutely. So, card two, I came as an extension of source energy. What is that saying to you? How does that make you feel? And so another thing about this is to appreciate the contrast. Contrast is like I don't have, or the friction, or like the blockages on your path. Um, Appreciate those things, because they're significators of what's going on. Like, ooh, this is a growth spurt. This is something that's hitting me, like, oh, a block. And I realize, like, I don't want that block. Okay, well, what do you want? What do you want? I don't want that block, or I don't want that lack of something. Great, you're being given information, you're being given data. And so we realize, like, if this is something we don't want, then we have to do better by focusing on what we do want. So if we have issues with how things are being done in life, if we are, then we have to be a part of that solution, which means we have to find our voice. We have to speak up where it counts. And for some people, it's being activists, right? In this situation, some people, it's being activists. Some people, where it counts is in your own family. Some people, it's not, going out and going and doing stuff outwardly, right? Publicly. It's more about teaching at home. It's more about communicating and standing up with your circle. Because if there's problematic energy in your circle and you don't say anything, you're complicit, right? So if there's something going on in your circle, you're like, you know what? I don't like this. Let me express, let me stand up, because again, that contrast, like, I don't like this. Why don't I like this? This is why. Well, what do I like? Well, let me focus on that and let me express that. Well, let's focus here instead of focusing on this thing that is really heavy and negative, and holding us back. Let's focus on the solution here. Does that make sense? And so, again, I came as an extension of source energy. We have to allow that. It's also allowing ourselves to receive the blessings of source energy. We realize we are divine sparks. We are extensions. We are extensions of the divine. So as we experience, the divine experiences. And so it's important that we recognize our ability to create and, again, appreciate the contrast, because that can be fun for someone. But also recognize that without contrast, we would be bored. There would be nothing to really fulfill. And so when we look to enjoy that process, and then we focus on what we do, what it ignites, like, okay, I don't like this. We focus on what we do like, we open the pathway, and then we allow ourselves to receive the energy that is being made present, right? And so, card three is our diversity supports our individual freedoms. Our diversity supports our individual freedoms. So while your societies continue to try to dictate and enforce human behavior to please the majority, because of your diversity, it continues to be an uncomfortable struggle that again and again falls of its economic weight. There simply is not enough money in the world to buck the natural currents of individual freedom and independence of thought. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? Our diversity supports our individual freedoms. And so I like that it comes after I came as an extension of source energy. I like that because it really is sharing that, when we focus on what makes us happy, because I would hope that what makes you happy is not the torturing of other people, that's not the misfortune of other people. I would really hope that what makes you happy isn't like making other people suffer and thinking that other people are inferior. I would really hope that. But I came as an extension of source energy. My true success is measured by my alignment. Our diversity supports our individual freedoms. And so we have healing messages from the collective, realizing that, you know what, I need to focus on my own shit. I need to focus on the solutions to my reality, the solutions to my life, the solutions to my heart, the solutions to my mind, what's going on within me. And so I do need to take into consideration what's happening in society. I do need to take that into consideration, but then we need to break it down and make it a little more personal. So what's going on in the outside world? How is it more personal to my internal world, my personal world, my circle, right? Does that make sense? So when we pay attention to the outside world, what's going on there, then on some level, we have a vibration that is happening on our personal world, our internal world as well. And so we recognize what's going on there, and we work to find the solutions in our own circle. And when we start to heal and when we start to work through those things and we appreciate the diversity in our space, and we realize that we're all individuals, a part of the collective, yes, but we're all individuals living this experience, showing contrast so we can focus on solutions. So the shit that's coming up that is very contrast worthy, okay, I see you. That's not what I'm focused on. That's not what I want, right? So I focus on the love. I focus on speaking up and showing that, we do care. We can come together. We can create something that's beautiful, right? And so that's what I do. I'm aware of the contrast, but I'm not going to live there. I'm going to focus on the solution as best as I can in my own world. And so when I do that, we open the pathway of possibility. And so when we focus this energy in our personal world, we start to create a shift in our own, yeah, macrocosm mirrors microcosm, yeah, exactly. So we create a shift in our worlds, and so as we shift and change and we start to work and navigate that, we send that energy outward, and so that could be our family, that could be our friends, and they start to either vibe or shift or change, shift, not shit, shift or change. And then all of that is shifting and moving and altering. And then that same thing happens in their reality, right? And it just keeps, it keeps transferring. So it's really a beautiful thing, especially when we focus on the solutions of our lives, and we realize that we all have our own individual part. And so when you focus on your own happiness, when you focus on your own joy, and you focus on creating, great for your communities, great for your specific community, when you focus on that and shifting that and changing that, all of it starts to happen. And then it's a beautiful thing, because then you become that energy, and then that energy starts to influence the other, the outer world. It's really cool. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm kind of like rambly. Well, hello, Jade, welcome. um yeah, so let's see, card four. hmm I like this. Card four, I'll envision the behavior I desire to inspire. So I'll envision the behavior I desire to inspire. So you can see a lot of this. Like, this is all about alignment, alignment with self, alignment. I know, look at those damn nails, y'all. They're stained. Ugh. I'll envision the behavior I desire to inspire. So, if we were a parent or anyone wanting to inspire positive behavior from another, we would do our personal vibrational work first. We would align with our source energy by envisioning the outcome we seek and by holding those involved as positive objects of our attention. We would not allow any current unwanted behavior to be the reason for our attention to them. Okay. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? Okay. I like this. But basically it's really putting us all into place, um, when we want alignment with ourselves and we're working with our world, our reality, before we take action, before we express, before we do something. It is really, really good to take a step back, assess the situation, and really envision the process. What do I want to say? How do I feel? And how can I convey those feelings? What can I do to share that with the world, with my world, right? How can I effectively share that? What and how do I want to be received? And how do I want this situation to go. So let's envision that before we do anything, let's envision that situation and see it going the way that we seek, not to force anyone's hand, but to get our points across and share our story and share our mission, our message, and for us to be received, our emotions to be felt, and for it to be a healing and therapeutic experience. And then when we have that, when we've held that space for a while, we can then take action. And when we take action with clarity of mind, right? Purity of vision. And we move with complete conviction. We move and we share the world, our world, in a very powerful way. And it helps us to stay on track when we're communicating, right? So I'll envision the behavior I desire to inspire. Okay. Um, so, my relationships are supposed to feel good. My relationships are supposed to feel good. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? Look within, project what you want to be, and then actually do what you're focusing on. Yeah. My relationships are supposed to feel good. So, your life is supposed to feel good to you. Before your birth, you knew that the primary component of your physical experience that would offer the greatest value for your personal and collective expansion and joy would be the relationships that you would experience with each other. It was your plan to relish the diversity of your relationships and to choose from them the details that would make up your creations. And here you are. So, my relationships are supposed to feel good. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? And this to me, it makes me think that, relationships aren't always meant to last forever, and that's okay. And so when relationships end, there's nothing wrong with that. No matter how they ended, there's nothing wrong with that. Let them go. But we can still, like, we can appreciate that experience. We can appreciate that relationship for the time that we had it, and enjoy the story, enjoy the adventures, and recognize that, you know what, it feels good. They felt good, and when they start to feel bad, that is a sign that there's something there that we need to address. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes it's a sign that, okay, this relationship has run its course. um Not always, but sometimes we have to use proper discernment to find out. But I like that because it's my relationships are supposed to feel good, and we recognize that. Appreciate diversity, you know? Everyone is beautiful. Appreciate different cultures, respect, understand, educate, be educated, hold space to be corrected, right? Don't get offended. Be open to receiving more information, and enjoy the relationships that you have. Enjoy them. When we enjoy our relationships, when we look at them and we can sort of like celebrate and revel in their beauty, in what they mean to us. When we can really tap into the connection of our relationships, we have a lot of fun. We realize there's so many, like, for me, like, I realize there's so many really cool people that I have been able to connect with. I have fought with some amazing people too, and they're still friends. Some of them are not friends, but I've loved everyone who has been in my life. I've loved those friendships in those moments. And if and I still hold love for them because in that space it was a really great relationship, even if I was toxic, or if we were toxic together, or if it was just an intense time. I still love that experience, not knowing that it was a toxic experience or I was a toxic person, whatever. But then as we grow, we realize, like, I don't want to be that person. I want to grow, I want to be different. And sometimes people grow in different directions, or people grow at different times, and so your relationship changes. That doesn't mean you can't still love that relationship for what it was. It just means that you have to honor what you're going through and appreciate the new relationships that are about to come into your life. Right? Makes sense. And so my relationships are supposed to feel good. Realize that. Appreciate diversity. Appreciate the beauty that the different people and relationships in your life offer you. Okay. And I think that this reading is really expressing the importance of our alignment with ourselves. And so it's extremely important for each and every one of us to do that work tonight. Who am I? What do I like? What brings me joy? What brings me happiness? What do I find beautiful? What do I celebrate? um am I in alignment with those things? Do I focus on those things? Do I express my gratitude or appreciation for those things? Do I express to my relationships how much I really love and enjoy them? Right? Or am I so focused on the exact opposite? Am I focused on the irritable energies? Am I focused on the frustrations? Am I focused on the contrast? Because we can recognize that clearly in our lives, right? We can recognize, even by paying attention to what we're manifesting, what's coming into our lives, right? Pay attention. And realize that we, again, are the designers of our reality. We are the designers and creators of our reality. And so we are sparks of divinity. So own that shit. Step into it. Appreciate diversity, celebrate diversity. Okay. And so, with that being said, any questions, any last minute thoughts on the reading? But I think that's very specific. I think that's very specific, and I think that's really good for the cards this evening. But yeah, it's really saying pay attention to who you are, pay attention to what you're vibing with, and ask yourself, are you okay with where you are in life? Like in the sense, like your emotions, what you are focused upon. Give your awareness to the things that make you feel happy. Find those solutions. We can alter our life choices. We can choose differently at any given moment. We can choose differently. And the first thing we should do is pay attention to how we feel and envision the life that we seek, envision our relationships, envision the experiences we want to be surrounded by, right? Envision that how we want to feel, and then when we have a clear vision, it's time to take action, it's time to go for it, make it happen, right? So those are the things, and know that our relationships are supposed to feel good. They absolutely are. I enjoy spending time with all of you. I enjoy talking with you and sharing space with you. It makes me happy, and so I focus on that, and that's why I do these public videos, because I like sharing. I mean, again, let's be honest. This is to help my business as well, to help me grow. But I love doing this. You know, this is my passion. This is my mission, and so that's why I do these, to show my appreciation, the public stuff for free, to show my appreciation, to let you know that I care, and to engage with everyone. It's important to me. So, and I love it, right? And I like expressing, this is who I am. This is where I stand right now. This is what I'm learning. Uh, I relate to all these messages. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. But yeah, so I think that's all that needs to be said. If you have last minute questions, feel free to comment. If you're watching a recording of this and you have questions, feel free to comment. Tomorrow's Friday, y'all. We've almost made it a whole week. That's crazy. Monday through Friday, I'm attempting to do 2 live videos, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, evening time. And so tomorrow morning, I'll be back. If you have any suggestions for a possible video tomorrow morning, feel free to suggest your thoughts or express yourself, and I'll be happy to oblige or add it to my list. Again, thank you so much for being here. And remember, you have 2 more days to pre-order the Deviant Grimoire before I get to lay that thing to rest and start focusing on new projects. Okay, so 2 days. The 9th is the last day you can pre-order the Deviant Grimoire. Yeah, so have fun, y'all. Have fun and be blessed. Much love to everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you tomorrow morning. Blessed be.